Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan-Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. If you want to know more about what she does, check her out at www.enchantedsky.com. Welcome, Lana. How are you?
Good morning. How is everybody?
We are having fun with technology this morning.
Yes, we are. Well, remember it's Mercury in retrograde, so
Yes.
Mercury in retrograde. And trust me, have you guys noticed what a mess everything is?
Yes.
Playing.
Hugely.
And that's okay. Yeah, no, if you guys didn't notice, I had my whole website was down, and we still to this day don't know. My computer guy, my Divergent Heart, he had no idea. He's like, "What's up with that?" And he called them, and they didn't know. And then I looked at Facebook, and they were down. So it's Mercury in retrograde, you guys. So, and by the way, yeah, Saturn, and I believe it's Saturn that's in retrograde. That's coming up here. Yeah, and we think that Mercury's a big deal. Wait. Wait. So anyway, what I'm going to talk today about animals and animals having souls, because so every once in a while I come across an article on TikTok, or I come across an article that I see people talking about it. And so it made me think. I'm like, because I don't think people realize that, yes, animals have souls. And yeah, guys, on TikTok, I'm not taking questions for half an hour. So do you guys might as well keep your questions. Okay. Hi guys. This is Metaphysical Meanderings. This is my podcast. I just happen to be on here. And if anybody that's on TikTok or on YouTube wants to watch 216thenet.com, they can see everything going on the screen. So, okay. So back to what I was saying. Because I got Jemima. Oh, thank you. I would be having a girl and be have you in August, and you were so right. Thank you, Jemima. Okay, somebody was just, it's nice when you guys can confirm things for me, because sometimes I think I'm a little up there. Now, there's two things I'm covering. I'm covering animals, and I'm covering the fact that I had the worst reading of my life yesterday. And I understand why, and I'm going to explain to that so that people understand why. I know why it went on. I know why it happened. And first of all, we're talking about animals. Now, I had somebody say to me, people need to realize that animals can recycle to you. I used to not be a believer of that. And I know that animals have souls. Now, it's so funny because it's biblical. It's biblical, right? It's in where the birds of the air, if they kill a human, they will not see the kingdom of God and all this. I mean, it's biblical, but yet we were never taught that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And you know why, right? Because then they don't have control on us, because they realize the animals can go to heaven too. So there you go, right? Anyway, so I had somebody was posing the question that cloned animals, do they have souls? Is it the same soul? And I thought that was a very interesting conversation, because I had completely agreed with the person that I think that even if you were to clone your animal, it would have a different soul, possibly. Because it's just the DNA, that's just the body that's housing the soul. So whatever soul wants to pop in is the one that would pop in.
Okay.
All right. It just seems interesting to me, though, that so many people, you watch these videos where these people have just done these horrible things to these animals. And it has to be, you have to understand, it has to be kept in balance, because I eat meat, I admit it, but I want everybody to understand, and I've said this before on here, that animals understand their food. They understand this, and you try to make it, we have to eat in this lifetime. I've said to some people, are like, you're not really an animal lover because you eat animals. And I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not true at all.
No.
I have to. Now, I know this is crazy, but in some families, we have issues with B12. And my daughter was a vegan for 2 years and got so sick she ended up in the hospital. We have to have B12. It's just our way our family's genetics are. We have to be meat eaters. And as soon as she went back to eating beef, she's better. I mean, she was in the hospital. She was sick.
Sure.
And I kept telling her, I said, I don't know if you can do the veganism. I kept telling you, I don't know if you can or not. Okay.
Well,
So, yep. And
well,
so
we're
I'm just letting people know that, animals know. Now, remember, I have chickens.
right.
I know they know that they are food. They understand that. I don't eat my chickens, though. I can't. I don't have the heart. Like, I can't. Oh, I'm eating Henrietta today. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Right.
And I do eat very, very little beef and pork. I eat and you know what? Have you guys ever had this happen? Kent, have you stopped eating something and then you can't eat it anymore?
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I can't eat beef hardly anymore. My stomach, it upsets my stomach too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating all just chicken, fish, turkey.
More white meat. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I don't, and vegetables, and I've changed my diet over the last few years.
Well,
I'm eating very cleanly, so.
yeah, but we're not the first carnivores to be placed on Earth,
Exactly.
right?
Well, they understand. Yeah, people have to understand that. They understand that that's what they are. I mean, I know when they lay an egg, they come tell me they've laid an egg. They know that, you know what I'm saying? They get it. They get it. I'm sorry, but they do. And I have to laugh because they'll bah, 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 and they just go crazy. They understand their food. They understand their food, and that's okay. Now, all I know is when this cloning thing was mentioned, and I just thought it was a very interesting thing, was that animals do recycle. Now, some people believe that they don't. They don't have a reason to, but I believe they do. Because I'll tell you, my horse I have now, Sky, that's named after my enchanted Sky. He has a lot of characteristics of my first horse. Like it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
The same characteristics, like the same things he does. I still say he's recycled and he's come back. And if you could think that they don't, they do. And the thing is, and I don't know if you guys believe this or not, but if you're looking at my going back on my TikTok, I taped one of my good friends had lost her cat. And she said to me, I swear this cat's around. I swear this cat's around as a guide. They hang out. Animals hang out with you after they've passed. Just like ghosts, like people do. And I taped it. I taped the cat meowing. Like I just out of the quibbler, I said, "Here, wait a minute. Let's see if maybe we can catch it on the camera." Or on the tape, and we did, and it's clear as a bell. So if you go back, you can hear it. And she now had this other cat. And it's so funny because one day she got a phone call from a friend. She goes, "I found this kitten. You have to have it. It looks exactly like her old cat." And she's like, "It must be the same cat." I said, "It very possibly could be." Now I know for a fact that as a psychic, when I've been at my house, I've had one of my friends said to me, and she had no idea. She said to me, "I swear I just saw a golden." Now I've got a golden retriever, but I've had several of them because that's one of the breeds. I have collies and golden retrievers. I like them. And she's like, "A golden retriever just walked by." Well, at that time I didn't have a golden. And I looked at her and I laughed and I said it was one of my old dogs that had hung out. I know it was his name was Dakota. We had him for years. Finally had to put him down. He was so old that he just couldn't even walk anymore. So, and by the way, animals don't get upset if you put them down because they know God. You guys have to understand, they know God. They have a direct connection that they understand that's where they're going. I've had so many people that'll say to me, "Oh my God, it was my animal upset with me. Was my animal upset with me?" No, not at all. Not at all. You have to understand that they just got a different viewpoint than we do because we've forgotten our connection to God. And that's what we search for as humans. We overthink things where they don't. Animals don't have a need to. So anyway,
we tend to reason and say stop listening to the universe and the energy that's out there, where animals are like, "Hey, life's good."
Yep, exactly. They yelp, "My stomach is full, and they do that, by the way. My stomach is full, and I am okay with the world. You love me, you give me attention, but the thing is they do understand stuff that we don't think they understand. And they do go through stress. I know that I had to place one of my dogs. I don't know if I told you that whole story. I have a golden retriever from hell. And I'm sorry, it's true. It's true. I've never had one like him. I've had 5 golden retrievers. He was so hyper, and he actually attacked one of my other dogs, like attacked. Like
Really?
he was very aggressive with other dogs, and he was super hyper. Like I worked 2 years with him. I finally found a home where he's the only dog, and he's totally happy. And it took him a while. He was really kind of, he like nipped at a couple people, and he's never done that. But it's stress. Animals go through stress like we do.
Yeah.
And I you know what I've noticed too? Since we have been undergoing through so much stress over the years, I'm noticing there's more dog bites. There's more dogs that are, when we were kids, dogs didn't really bite. Like, not like they do now. Not like they're so, well, that's also, I still say that's 5G. But anyway, all the anxiety that we have and everything that's going on, the dog animals are picking up on it.
Sure.
They're picking up on our anxiety, so that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. But anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit, like maybe about 10 more minutes, you guys, about getting a really bad reading. Because I had the worst reading I've known this woman, but okay, here it is. It's all about ego. Okay. So here's the situation. I'm not going to say where, but I went into a place to get a reading. And they know that I'm very successful. I've been very, very successful, you guys. And I'm very grateful for it. I've had the right people in the right places. And so anyway, she told me that I am a low vibration. I have not all this negativity around me. Now we all know that that's like kind of not true. I was in a really super good mood at that point too. And I was in a good mood when I was there, and she just kind of, and it's all about ego. It's all about ego, guys. I would never say that to somebody. I encourage other people. Matter of fact, I'm starting a mentoring program for people that want to learn to do this.
That's cool.
Where they can open up their own business. I can mentor them if they want to sharpen their skills, where you're going to hear more and more about it, because I am saving a few hours a week on a certain day where I can just work with some people one-on-one. So just keep that in mind. Okay, you guys. But it was all about ego. And I look back now. So I don't see how you can read, because you'll because of all this negative energy. And she says, well, half of your body's messed up. Now, I'm gonna be honest. She did pick up, I'm having a stomach problem since I had COVID. I don't know. It's just I've had some stomach issues since I've had it. And I guess it's long COVID, I guess. I'm not sick or anything, but just my stomach's real sensitive. Like, I have to be very careful what I eat. And she picked up on that. And she said, well, that's because you're carrying negative energy because you have a dark entity around you. And I'm like, I do, really? And my husband has one, and where I live has one. And the animals don't, though. But for a couple $100, I can make an appointment, and she can help me get rid of it, Now, I'm a master, and she's been practicing longer than me, but I'm going to tell you something. Egos, not okay. People are coming to you vulnerable. And remember that I've got a background in psychology. I've got a lot more. Did I tell you, Ken? I had a heckler on about 2 weeks ago that said that I have no background in anything and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not certified. And I started laughing. I'm like, you just definitely don't know me.
Right.
Because I've got 2 master's degrees, part of a PhD, and like 14 teaching certificates, and like certified in everything you can think of. And I'm like, so when you do call me for a reading, I'm more like a therapist, which is what I'm getting my PhD in, my metaphysical therapy. I'm getting a background in it.
Yeah, but through life, we get people who throw shade at us to try to trip us up and pull that positive energy, because sometimes the only good energy they get is what they take from you.
Exactly. And you know what? I do admit that, gosh, there was somebody every once in a while when I do readings, you guys, and I do about up to 10 a day, but I've been trying to cut it down to like 6 or 7. Like tomorrow, I think I got 6. Anyway, because I've cut down just a little to keep it in balance. And one of them drained me. I can tell. You guys will understand. You know when somebody just is like a vampire. And she was like at me, and I was like, slow down. let's, what we're going to, let's see what we're going to do here. And after the phone call, I had to call my next client and tell him I couldn't read because she had, and
Sure.
I'm a master and I'm aware of it. And so what I did was I blocked myself and it still was too much. And so, it's and I keep thinking, well, maybe, maybe I do have some kind of attachment or something. And I'm thinking, she goes, well, you need to say your prayers and you need to do this and you need to do that. And I still think it was all about ego.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I got absolutely nothing out of the reading. Nothing. She couldn't answer anything. She'd answer. I'd ask her a question and I'd say, well, I'm sorry, that's not accurate. I would just say that. I wasn't mean. I wasn't unprofessional. And she would scramble. And this is a woman that's practiced for 40 years.
But that's the difference between you, right? You were not in a space to do a reading, so you said, "Hey, I've got to cancel this." Where there are people out there who do have the ability, but it's all about the money. So perhaps she was in that same space, but she said,
"Oh, it was.
I'm gonna make money. I gotta work."
She did. Yeah, she did. And what's so funny is that this place is charging they're charging $19.90 fees. Now I'm like, I know people do it free. I do a lot of stuff for free. You know that. Like I'm taking questions after this. It's all free. And I'm doing all of my lives pretty much for free. Now, if you do want to send me something, I'm okay with that. I appreciate on TikTok roses and anything you guys send me and hearts, likes. And yes, people do pay me and they'll send me Cash App or buy me a coffee. But I was so disappointed. And it was so funny. It appeared in my cards. Like, if you guys don't remember and you are watching my dailies, Kent, do you get my daily cards? Read?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That it was a 3 of Swords, which is disappointment, stress, heartache, loss. Could be even an injury, but I had that. And I kept thinking to myself, I wonder where that's coming from. And after I had the reading, I went, there's the 3 of Swords. Now you have to remember, I can't read for myself, and neither should you. No one should. So you shouldn't be attempting to do it because it's just, you're too emotionally involved. And then, like what I said before, that if you were supposed to do that, you would avoid everything and then you wouldn't learn anything. So God blocks us from our own chart. Other people can read our charts, but we cannot. Now, I have to admit, on occasion, right now, the way the astrology is sitting, it's Saturn's in, I think it's not, don't hold me to this. I think it's Saturn, it's in Pisces, but there's one where your psychic ability should be really, really good right now. And it is my ability. And I have been able to do some minor reading for myself. I'll say, oh, I don't need to do that. Or yes, I need to do that. But that's because it's just getting ready for something big. And I know my prediction is there's in my chart, I don't know what this is, Kent, but there's something big. I don't understand it, but it's sitting right there. And if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, go into Astrology Gumbo and go into and look up your chart. So put in your birth date, birth time, birth location. It'll pop up. And it'll tell you 1 to 12 where your Pisces sits. Now, some people I have seen where I had one lady that was arguing with me. Oh, I've been doing this 30 years. Every single person has a Pisces somewhere. No, I saw somebody that had not in their houses or in their planets. And so it does happen. It's not very often though. So, as I learn more and more, I can see, like looking at a rough chart, I can look at your transits and I can tell you who you're meeting, what's going on with you. I'm getting good enough. Like I already know because as a psychic and a medium, they're talking to me, but I'm also using the astrology. I'm using the astrology to prove it is what I keep telling people. And I'm like, I'm going to prove, like, did you see what I'm saying? You're in a transformation. Look at that Scorpio sit there. And they're like, oh, really? I'm like, no, it's really in there.
The other thing that I love about you is that you continue to study. It's fascinating to watch your wisdom and knowledge because you study it so much, because you want to be the best at what you do, and you are. But I think that's a difference too between, people just, oh, here's a card.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just am fascinated. I'm like, okay, you know
Yeah.
what? And then my left brain takes over because I'm right brain down. Well, actually,
Right.
did you know left-handed people? Because I did my research. My research, you guys, is on left-handedness, and for my master's degree, and that women who are left-handed are almost completely, they use both sides equal. And I've taken all those tests and I'm equal. My granddaughter is left. Two of my granddaughters, both my granddaughters are left-handed,
Mm-hmm.
just like me. My kids weren't, but my grandkids are, and they're both the same way. My one daughter writes with her right only. Everything else is left-handed.
Hmm.
And so she's ambidextrous. And
Yeah.
so anyway, my left brain takes over and I go, how in the hell can I pull a card and it be accurate? I mean, how is that possible? And then my spiritual side says, because it was preordained, and so, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and there's so many things to heaven and earth that we will never, ever know. And,
Mm-hmm.
I basically fight with myself, you guys. And that's the Sag Cap in me too. I'm a Sag Cap cusp and a Cap rising. Capricorn and Sag are almost opposites. Like they're very, very opposite people. And so I'm like, the spiritual side of me is my right brain Sagittarius. And then the logical, sensible, dependable left brain Capricorn goes, how is this all freaking possible, man? Like, it doesn't make any sense, So I get it. And I will admit when I don't know something. That's the first thing I
That's true. Mm-hmm. But then you go and research and try to find. So
I do. Well, that's the Sag in me. Anybody knows a Sagittarius is the infinite learner that they just got to know. And that's me. I got to know. I want to know. Tell me. A lot of times you'll see me say, okay, so how does that work? Like somebody will show me something and say, no, see, I want to take that apart. Like I'm not mechanical, but I want to know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're in the process of getting some work done here in my house. And I know construction now because I've been through so much with this house.
Of course, yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, it used to be an assisted living. We had to convert it back. It was just anyway. And so I was talking to him like, okay, so you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do this. And I just I want to know, and I think they were fascinated that I was fascinated. I'm like, okay, so if this works, and I'm asking all these questions because I just want to know. Right. And I never feel like if I don't know something, I want to know. It goes into my base knowledge, into my little book of wisdom in my brain. So, I get this. Okay. All right. So yeah. Anybody that knows. And by the way, if you call me for a reading and still go to enchantedsky.com, it's new. If you take a look at it, it's a little different. So is the calendar, and when you make an appointment, they look all different because we have it's Divergent Heart is the master of it now. He took care of it and he moved it over because we were sick and tired of our company just jacking us around. And so we now have our own little things. But if you take a look at it and you make an appointment, I will look at your chart and I will almost always tell you before you tell me what you are. Like, and I will get it right. Or I will tell, well, my husband, he's so stubborn and he's so traditional. Oh, he's a Taurus. And they go, how did you get that? And I'm like, because if you think that this astrology stuff isn't true, it's true. Like totally true, you guys. And it's like, oh God. And the more I get into it, the more I'm fascinated. Okay. I can say, okay. So for instance, really fast. So I've got a transit. I just had a transit done by a friend of mine she's going to be on my podcast here soon. She's really good. And I really like her. And I went to see her in Taos. I traveled to Taos to take a class with her. Anyway, she showed me my transit and in my 7th house of relationships, of significant relationships. That's usually your cosmic +1s. It can be a business relationship, a love relationship. It can be all that. There is a Leo. There is a Cancer. The Leo is Divergent Heart, who just came into the chart of my 7th house. And my husband is a Cancer. They're sitting right there. Like, and it's what's here. It gets weirder. In Divergence chart, in the middle of the 7th house is a Sagittarius female. I'm serious. So anybody that thinks that none of this, the more you know, you just have to know. You can't really just go on, those generic ones that they put in the newspapers. Remember that they were so inaccurate because you are so complicated. There's so much more to just your sign because if you've got your rising sign, you've got your moon, you've got your north node. All those things are so important. Okay. So just to let you guys know that you just don't realize how important it all is. So with that said, back to what I was saying was, if you're suspicious that you're getting a bad read, that they've got an ulterior motive, get up and walk away.
So
I should have, and I didn't, and I wish I had, because it ruined my day.
how was how was the energy when you went in and sat down? Could you feel the negative energy, or did something go?
I could feel it when I walked into the place. And to background note, I'm not going to say anymore because it's not right. But I quit reading there. Anyway, they were very, very everybody was surprised I was there because I said I would never be back in, and I thought, well, I'll be nice. And they all talked to me and talked to me and talked to me and talked to me and talked to me, and I just kind of chuckled, And but the place in general, there's a lot of negative energy because it's all about the dollar bill, I think. But all I know is that there was jealousy. I picked that up immediately, and I really thought that this person's older than me, that she would be more mature than that, and it's because I am doing well. I mean, you guys see me growing every week. You know what I'm saying? And I was disappointed. I guess that's what this was about. I was disappointed because I got nothing out of the reading. She gave me nothing she kept saying that I argued with a certain person. I said, I actually don't. We get along really well. So then she would quit back up. But she said to me, and it really bothered me, that you're a low vibration entity. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah. What?
No, I got too much, and I was in a good mood. I was in when she said that, and I just went, and I wanted to say to her, "I'm so sorry you're that jealous," is what I wanted to say, and I didn't say it because I'm professional. But I know that that's where it was out of. You have to remember that we do have egos. I mean, we're all human, but when you're a good, responsible reader, you put your ego to the side. All of your beliefs to the side because you got to do the higher good for people. So you guys just remember that, okay? All right. Yeah, you got to. I just have a comment on here. People who are jealous or envious are the ones that are always the ones to stay away from. And you're right, they're the low vibration. Yep. So, okay. All right. It's about that time, I think, Kent.
Yep. Just want to put out there too, Divergent Heart. Yep. I am tired. I spent a lot of time at the Rise Up Foundation here in McHenry. Dylan Scott, I think is his name, country singer. So I work security into the wee hours of the night last night. So I'm too old for that. So I am tired this morning, and this is like my third cup of coffee.
I know. Well, Hey, you're a couple years younger than me. What are you talking about?
Jeez, it was crazy. But Divergent Heart, he is the magic behind the website. He is the magic that's just working so hard to get your message out to everybody. He just wants to say that we're having, because of the upgrade and changes in the website, having a couple of issues. He's working on it. Please be patient. But if you'd like a reading, send a message and we can get you set up.
Yep. Send a message. You can send it. Why don't you put this? You can send it through an email. No problem. Enchanted Sky 66.
Enchanted Sky 66.
At Gmail. I gotta look it up myself. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, you guys. All boxes. Hold on. It's Enchanted. Oh, it's at Hotmail. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I'm making sure.
Yeah. So
Enchanted Sky at Hotmail.
Yeah. So it's really the issues. We're just having difficulty booking these appointments right now.
And it's okay. It's brand new. We just put it up yesterday. So Enchanted Sky.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love the new website. Really, really cool.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
nice and clean and modern
Oh,
looking.
it really
we
is.
upgraded it. So
Super
hi guys,
cool.
sorry, but welcome back. I had to back out for a second to make sure I had the right email. But enchantedSky@hotmail.com will get to me, and then we can schedule you, because I'm really sorry, but I mean it's working, but it's not quite working right yet. Like it's got like dates all over the place, like 3:00 in the morning. Yeah, we have to we have to shave it down to get so that we can get into my normal schedule.
Yep.
Because I am Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays. And there's certain times, and those are the days I read. Wednesday's a backflow. I'm also going to be offering mentoring. If you are interested in mentoring, I help you get your skills better. But I also, if you're interested in doing this for a living, talk to me. I will help you, because I'm doing very well, and I've been through the ringer.
That's like Michael Jordan saying people can play basketball. You're the best. You're the best at it. Of course, you're doing well.
Thank you. Okay, so let's take some questions, you guys. All right, now, okay, how much for mentoring? Call me, email. It depends on the person. Good question. Because I'm offering 6-week and 8-week packages, and a lot of the sessions are like $50 for an hour, just with me. And I'm going to I'm trying to keep them reasonable. We're putting it that way. Okay, I don't want to take advantage of anybody, but like I said, I'm doing well, but there's a lot of stuff you don't realize that's going into this. Like, you don't realize how much energy this is taking on an average day, you guys. So, but I'm also certified in hypnotism. I'm certified in, I should become my Reiki master, and then I can teach classes. I'm on Reiki too. I just never got it. I guess I should just go get it. It takes me like a couple weeks is all. So maybe I should do that. But anyway, all right. Go for it. Let's take some questions.
Yeah. So Anna Iva, good morning, my dear, says, Lana, how soon will my health improve so I can start dating? I also would like to travel to Europe.
You are, Anna, you are going to Europe. You'll be going in about 1.5 years. So start planning now. Because it takes a while when you get a trip like that, and it's that long, it takes a while, because it's a couple weeks. Are you going by boat? Would you take a cruise? It seems like there's a boat or something with water and a boat. Anyway, how soon before your health improves? So you've got about 6 more weeks before you start seeing a really big improvement. Okay. All right. Nice. Hi guys, please send me, you guys, so you can, if you want to, you can send me hearts, roses, anything you want on TikTok also, because I do help. I get a little pay from it, but yeah. And if you do send me a personal question, go to buymeacoffee.com. That's changing too. That's one of the reasons that got us off there. These companies are taking up to 30%, you guys. They are just taking advantage of us psychics and stuff. And so that's why Divergent Heart and I said, we're done. We're just gonna, so eventually you're gonna be able to go live with me on my website, and you can send money or whatever you want right then and there. So it's just taking a while. So
that's it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alyssa says, Lana, can you read natal charts as well?
Yes, I do. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's I can look at your natal chart and see. I know where the transits are for some of the planets, and I'm going to tell you one more time. I even made a video on this like 2 or 3 times. Pisces. Okay, Jupiter's going back into Pisces the 28th of October. Now I hear some people are like, "Oh no, it's not." You know what? I'm more Vedic than anything. I like Vedic astrology probably more than Western. But I know it's going the 28th to about the 20th of December. Then it goes into Aries until March. Okay, so this is how it goes. So your plan, whatever you want for the next 6 weeks during that time, whatever you're doing, and then Aries is the planet, the sign of execution. So then you're going to put it into action. So it's lucky. And I'm telling you,
that's cool.
It is so lucky. I just can't and anybody that knows that last year it started on my birthday. It went direct on my birthday. And what did I do on my birthday, Kent? Do you remember when I told them I turned 55 and retired and literally gave them my paperwork? Right. There's more than a coincidence there, because I'm doing this now and I'm You know what I'm saying? I was
Loving it.
supposed to be doing this, but, and I always say this is my second career and my second half of my life. So, you know, and you know, and I keep thinking, and I think back, you know, I could have completely like stopped teaching 20 years, you know, 10 years ago, 15 years
Yeah.
ago. No, I'm not gonna say that that was a mistake. I said it a couple times. I'm thinking, wait a minute, how many kids did I work with that maybe
Right.
that made a difference? It wasn't a mistake. So with that said, okay, so hold on. I got so many people on okay. Is it Flora? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make it bigger. There we go. Philon, I can't even. Philonistra. Will your financial issues get better soon? Not until about January, February, but they will improve then. Okay. Kids. Okay. Hi. She wants to know if she got more kids. I've said this a million times. Now listen to right here. You got make a fist on your dominant hand and you count how many lines. And if you're looking, there's 3, and I have 3 kids. You can see them plain as day. With a half a line because I'm really close with one of my granddaughters. I helped raise her when she was really little. So it's accurate. I don't care what anybody says. But the only bad thing is, though, when you get to a woman that has more than 4 kids, it's just screwy. And then there's like little bitty lines and all, you know, so you have to pay attention. But I'm actually studying that too. I'm studying palmistry because I've had a palm reading with a couple of people. One was actually, she was actually a gypsy
Cool.
from Romania. And the typical proverbial, you know, and it was so accurate. I don't care. You know,
That's
it's
awesome.
a tool. It's a tool just like if you are using a pendulum, it's a tool like you're using a tarot card.
Yeah.
So you're just using your hand. So, you know, and I learned recently how to read dropped eggs in water. Did I tell you that one? Like you can read them. Yes or no. They're yes or no, mostly yes. You just take it and drop it in the water and you wait a couple minutes to see how the embryo or the yellow part of the egg, the yolk, sits, and you read it. So see the things you don't know, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's cool.
people used to read bumps on heads. You know that one, right? Phonology. So
A lot of them. Nikki Peterson says, "Hey, Lana, my husband's having such an up and down time at work. It's rough. Do you see him leaving his company soon?"
Yes. I want to say more like spring though. I know there's a lot of people getting laid off right now. Have you heard about this? Because this is what they're pulling. They're laying them off and then hiring them back at lower wages. You heard about that one? We need to stand up to these corporations. We just need to. I'm sorry. It's enough now. And we need to have solidarity. I've been, you know, now they're saying, is the railroad strike didn't happen now, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
I had heard that Biden was intervening, which that's his job. He's supposed to. But I was completely backing him because I know somebody working for the railroad and they treat them like dirt. And you know what? We need to all work together and quit arguing, and then things are going to get better. You know, we're in a revolving circle over 100 years ago. This was the way it was in the early 1900s when the Progressive Party started. It got better, and then we got lax because things got better. But we have to be vigilant. So, and yes, I did not predict the railroad strike. I guess because maybe it's not happening. There you go.
The other, and I tried to send you this email, and I think it got blocked by my work email. But the other is the growth of unions. You had said,
"Oh yeah, oh no, I knew. I told you, horrible."
You said back in 2021 that unions would start to emerge and grow, and that's.
I was specific because I said, sorry, I got to plug something in. I was specific because I said Amazon and I said Starbucks. And both of them, I hit them exactly right. Yeah. And what kills me is that I get so many people on my TikTok that aren't watching me for a long time. And they're like, well, anybody could have gotten that. Like I predicted the Queen's death. Now you knew that. And I said the second half of the year. Now, if you think back, I predicted Prince Philip's death on the right month. And I'm like, well, anybody could have did that. And I'm like, no, you please watch me before you make your judgments, before you watch me over amount of time. because that and what really kills me too is now everybody's doing predictions all over TikTok, and I have to laugh because everybody's stealing. I had one lady that literally took every single thing I said, literally, and restated it as her own.
Yeah.
And I just keep telling I'm the original. I'm the original prediction person that's been
Right.
on here doing predictions. And I remember I told you about I thought William would be made king and that Charles wouldn't or something like that. Well, yeah, he's made king, so I'm wrong on that. But I still think that William, I think there might be, and remember they were talking about an abdication of the throne and everything, and I had said that. I thought that that was going to happen.
Yeah,
So
be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Anna Vaughn, good morning, says, have a question I've been wondering about for a while. What do my parakeets think of me or feel about me?
They say do they like quiet? They think that sometimes there's too much loudness about something. Like I don't know if when you're talking to people they think you're loud. No offense, Anna. Yeah, I know you well. But they feel some about the noise. Like it's too loud sometimes. I don't know if it's a TV. That's the only thing that they have that they don't like.
Nice.
I don't know why I get that, but that's what I got. All right.
Very good.
Okay, let me take a couple of questions off your
Yep.
TikTok. Okay, hold on. Shalina, I've got slip discs. Will I get better? You may need a procedure done, but don't be afraid. I just had a friend now. They've got some new things they do for those. And so far, she's been great. Now, I had a ruptured disc, and I'm going to tell you, it's in the middle of my back. It healed up. It's gone. So anybody says that some of those don't ever heal, that you don't get better, is full of crap. Okay. Kimmy, am I an empath? If you're questioning you're an empath, I bet you are. But are you really, really susceptible to people around you? You can't be in large crowds. You cry at the drop of a hat. You make people like this is what I can't stand. Like if I see somebody hurt, I can't take it. I could never been a nurse. If I see, and I'm good under pressure, but if I see somebody's nasty cut, I'll be like, because I'll like feel it. You know what I mean? And I'm still a big, they still say nature or nurture when it comes to an empath. Some people that they're always born like that. No, I don't agree. I agree that through trauma, you can become like that because I think that I would have been a real, if I hadn't been bullied as a kid. Yeah. I would have been, you know what I'm saying? It's kept me kind, I guess, being, because going through trauma makes you who you are, right?
That's
it. So
Donna Jarvis says, I'm having trouble finding work and will lose my apartment in 2 weeks. Will a good job come along in the next 2 weeks, or do I need to start traveling?
I don't think you're going to get another job. I'm going to be honest. I don't mean to be mean to you, and I hate to tell you this, but you're going to be okay. I feel like, are you staying with somebody for a little bit of time? I feel like you will be. You'll be bouncing back really well in around end of November. You'll find something and you'll get yourself back on your feet. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Cool. HLA says, will my boyfriend get his American citizenship soon?
Next year sometime, middle of the year. Brittany 9602, you are right for us. My daughter is a teacher and they did not strike. So I predicted that they would not. So I guess I was right. You have to remember that I'm making predictions. That's why we're having such a hard time compiling all the predictions, Ken, because I make them like right on the middle of the camera.
It's so true. Yeah.
And so we're trying to, because I feel it. So I just say it. So, but we do have them written now, and we're making like a website you can visit or a page on our website that's connected. It's like enchantedsky.org or something like that. And then we're just and it'll have all of them listed. And then as they come true, there's a box that's checked. And then if it didn't, it's striked. And so far I've only gotten 2. So, and yes, and by the way, if you didn't notice, some of my older my followers are looking through my older stuff, and it says way back in 2020 of like May that I thought that the Roe versus Wade was going to be overturned. So I did get that right.
Yep. Nice. Brittany, hey Lana, love your work and appreciate your help. I'd love to know what you see coming for my housing situation.
Are you looking for an apartment? It looks like an apartment or a townhome coming. Are you looking for something? Is that what it is? I just see like it's like that though. It's an apartment, a townhome. It isn't like all by itself, like a regular, just a plain, house by itself. It's somehow connected to somebody else's, a condo. It's something coming your way like that.
Awesome. Got time for two more questions. Kathy says, if I apply for the disability benefits in Canada, will I get approved?
Yeah, but you have to go through a lot of pain. I don't know, a pain in the hassle. It's a pain in the butt. Apply now. You'll hear between May and July. That's how long it'll take. Sorry. Okay.
And Anna just says about her parakeets. Yes, if I wash dishes, they don't like that. Same with the TV.
Yeah.
Same when I'm on the phone. So interesting. But I have you on speaker, and they're quiet. They like you.
Thank you. But you're right. I just don't. They're real touchy with noise, so that's what I picked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you be buying property stuff? Will you be buying property on the lake or bayou? But not for a little while yet. Now I'm saying, remember I predicted the housing market. I've been saying that. I guess it took a little longer than I thought, though. I will admit that I kind of messed up because I said it was probably late last year it was going to happen, but it's been this year. It was more like late this year. So I'm off a little bit in time. But I did say, and it just hold your horses. If anybody can hold off buying for 6 more months, you're going to get a deal. I'm telling you, because I've been pre-approved for a house right now, Ken. I could go out and buy a house, and I'm thinking of some investment property, but I'm not going to rush right out because I know I'm going to get a good deal. So remember that, you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm. There we go. And that's got to bring it to about the end, the close here. Another great show. Again, visit right underneath me here, www.enchantedsky.com. It's brand new, a Divergent Heart, and you have worked so hard on it at school. There's still a couple of glitches that we're working out there, folks, so be patient, but send that out. Another great thing to do, no matter where you are, if you like this show and and Lana has touched you in a positive way, go out to Google her and leave a Google review. It's so good for her. Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But like, follow, subscribe. She's on TikTok. She gives so much of her energy away positively and at no cost. And there's not a lot of people who do that. So like, follow, subscribe on everything. And when you're there at Enchanted Sky, enchantedsky.com, you just have to go buy some sweatshirts and swag and, walk around with some Enchanted Sky stuff.
Yep.
That's it. For all of us here at 216 The Net, thanks for getting caught in the net with us this morning. But keep your social devices rolling because you'll see her pop up a lot. Lana, thanks for your time. We'll see you next week.